Good morning.
Good morning.
The songwriter says, "Dog don't bark, bark bark." The fervor I had when I started the Save Clifton campaign in February of 1998 was reawakened in January of this year when Prime Minister Christie internationally gave credence to an outright lie by self-described white foreign outsider Louis Bacon that he led our 1998 grassroots movement that is credited for two things. First, it established the foundation upon which the PLP gained the government in 2002. And second, it led to the promulgation of the Clifton Heritage Authority Act in 2004, by which 208.41 acres of land making up the Clifton Heritage was saved by way of statutory trust for the benefit of Bahamians. As I had accomplished during the 2012 general election campaign period through my organization, renegotiate.org, which is dedicated to exposing the truth by way of public commentary, in February of this year, I launched Save Clifton Heritage Again to ensure that the government never believed that it would ever be allowed to go back on its word, especially when it was given by way of statute to our people. The success of our efforts has compelled Bacon to come out of his hole and admit that as far back as 1998, he wanted to buy our beloved Clifton. With his heritage having links to the nefarious Ku Klux Klan, no doubt he was geared toward rewriting our history and keeping our people from utilizing what belongs solely to us. His so-called coalition to protect Clifton Bay has now fallen apart. Again, our strategy has led to the newly appointed 2012 chairman of the Clifton Heritage Authority resigning after he was exposed and his authority exposed for improper involvement with Bacon's coalition. That setup was designed to sneak the purchase of the coastline of Clifton, of the Clifton Heritage, so as to extend the Life Key gated community and block us, the Bahamian people, from the coast and the bay of Clifton itself. Now that said, I must give credit to that former chairman who, after realizing that he had been duped by Bacon, did the honorable thing. He resigned his chairmanship. Our successful initiative that led to the repair of the dock at Jaws Beach and the clearing of debris and sand from our boating ramp at the Life Key, by the Life Key Property Owners Association, who had covered that up with more than 10 feet of sand, left Bacon's coalition and his lead lapdog, Fred Smith, so punch drunk that they were making fools of themselves, maliciously abusing the process of the court for the sake of public relations. Now they're trying to change the name to Save the Bays, and I consider that to be laughable. In so doing, Fred Smith, employing a dangerous tactic of provoking young black men engaged in positive activity, knocked down and seriously injured a whole human who's standing on the side of me, and has seemingly gotten away with it. In the meantime, Fred Smith's baseless and secret complaint to those in very high office in this country led to the police being compelled to bring criminal charges against me, in respect of which I believe in my heart I will be vindicated from. In my current ordeal, I do not hold any ill will toward the police. As a person in political life, I know too well that there are many with power who have mastered the ability to bully the police into using them to achieve selfish objectives. And these powerful operatives are so cold-hearted that they do not care that they may be scarring innocent lives of people who they interfere with. In fact, they put out malicious rumors aimed at doing just that. Latest is, I was locked up in a cell for the whole of this past weekend because I beat my wife, who's standing on the side of me. That's the rumor that is now circulating. I guess all of this was all designed to stop me from championing this 2003 cause, a continuation of the 1998 cause, which amazingly has recently been called foolishness by a person who has personally benefited from the movement and on my back and on the back of our people. Well, I want everyone to think again. I will not back down. I will not alter my course. I will not retreat. I'm going all the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Are you taking questions?
Yeah.
What happened in court?
And I just want to say that standing behind me are a number of persons from around this island and the country. Some could not get here today, who've come to demonstrate their support for what we have been doing and to give support to me and comfort to me and my wife and my family that they are with us all the way.
Right away.
Mr. Smith, I know their charges are expected to be brought. What do you think about that and the fact that the prosecution was not ready in court today?
Well, I can't speak about the prosecution. All I know is that we were called to a police station. We were told certain things, and the police told us, and my attorney, Mr. Ryan, he was here somewhere, okay, he is, told Mr. Ryan and myself that we are supposed to appear to court today. We were told that on Monday morning. That's correct. And we are here in deference and out of respect, of course, to the police. We're here to follow the process and to go through the arraignment. So I cannot tell you why the prosecution was not here. As late as Monday, or as far away as Monday gone, they were ready to proceed. And we are ready to proceed. Because I truly believe that the accusations that are made by Mr. Fred Smith are bogus. He has done it because this is his way of trying to see if I would throw my colleague, my brethren from Yellow Ella Gardens under the bus. To say that if I were to convince him to drop the charges. Look at him, he has a whole leg brace on. He's walking on crutches because of the injury which he has had. And that if I were to throw him under the bus, that perhaps they would drop these bogus charges against me. One thing I am told a long time ago by family members is that when it all comes down to it, you have to do what is righteous and what is right. God will always be on your side. And so at the end of the day, I fear nothing. And I fear no one. I speak truth. And that is it. And so we are here. I have no comment about what the prosecution will do or not do. In this particular instance, I believe that it is unfortunate, but the police are here and they do what they're supposed to do as prosecutors. And in some instances, like I said, people will bully them into doing things that maybe even they do not want to do. But I would leave you to speak with the chief prosecutor and those who are in charge. And I think you were in court, so you know the names that were called. You're free to call them yourself.
Once the arraignment happens and if there is a case, do you plan on taking it all the way through?
Well, I will say this, that the second part of what you started to say is how my faith moves. You said, when you are arraigned and if the case takes place. I want to change that around to say, if I am arraigned, certainly, and if the case takes place. See, because I believe that God is on our side. And those who wish to be fair will recognize very soon that the supposed complaint that has been made against me, based on what has been told to me and my attorney, it is bogus, it is ridiculous, and it is not befitting a member of the bar, especially someone who adorns the title QC. And all of these games that are being played, it is Mr. Louis Bacon, who understands and he knows now that we, the people of the Bahamas, have defeated him in whatever his goals and so on were. And I would encourage you all. I don't know who's from the Tribune, and I'm sure the Tribune will be here or will have someone give them information. And with the Tribune, you have an open letter that you published with Mr. Louis Bacon. Read it. He admitted that he tried to take Clifton. He said he wanted to buy it and give it to us. We didn't need him to do that. But all of these games are the games that they play. They want to keep black people and just Bahamian people, not only black, but Bahamian people, especially black people, off of Jaws Beach and out of the Clifton Bay. It's not going to happen. As long as God gives me life, strength, and as long as my wife is with me, and these people and numerous others are with me, we're going all the way. All the way. All the way.
All day.
Anyway, so if there's no more questions. So thank you very much, and I think that you have copies of that. Okay? Man, thank you so much, man. Oh, man. Man, look at man. Hey, boy, look at. Hey, you know all that, man. I know you got it. Thank you so much, man.
Make sure I get a picture.
Because I love someone in and then I
You know real deal. No, that's our boy. You always.
Once you get.
It's a nice thing.
Long time ago.
No. You got things that are going to make my shade
All time.
we have them. Sammy.
I've done him something, Chief.
So,